Hi everyone, thank you for taking your time and being here with me today, and thank you for the opportunity to present an idea to you that will help your company grow. But first, I want to introduce to you the actual problem itself. So I want to talk to you today about the work environment and how to make it better and how to keep your employees longer. We've all seen it where a company has a problem where they cannot solve it no matter what. Their employees always keep going. They always have to keep hiring. They're always in this hire fire stage because they can't find a good employee and they can't keep good employees. So, what makes a bad environment? I want to tell you guys a story, and this is a story about an employee who had a problem with harassment. Um, the employee worked at a a place where she had management and she had the owner that was constantly coming in and out, and she was friends with the owner because she had worked for the owner since she was 14 years old. When being 14 and working for this owner and learning everything that she can to be the best that she could be, at 18 she was hired in a different location by the same owner, and this owner was in the need of management, but knew that this girl was getting ready to go off to college and keep her couldn't put her into management because she wasn't going to be able to keep her. And so instead, she decided to have the girl train the management how she wanted the manager to be. The owner knew that the girl was so good that she could train her own manager. So she did. Over time, when the manager got comfortable with the store and the processes and stuff, all of a sudden there started being a change in attitude towards this employee. The manager started harassing her, and one day she was having a really tough time with her manager because he was in a foul mood and decided to take it out on her. And the worst part is when she came around the corner one day after she had said something to him, totally innocent and joking around, he turns around and threw a pen at her head. And it was thrown so hard that she was luckily able to duck, and when she did, the equipment that was behind her made a loud thud when the pen hit it. So, I guess my question is that I know you're thinking is that every environment is not like that. No, and I'm not saying that. I am not saying every environment is hostile or bad. And I'm not saying that, harassment is always the problem, because this isn't always the problem. There's problems with so many other things. So is this always the problem? Is harassment always the problem? No, harassment can come in several forms. So it's not one big physical harassment problem that we're dealing with. It's several problems. Employee harassment can come in so many forms. It can come in discrimination. It can come in sexual harassment, where people are being asked to do favors for them, or being sexually discriminated against because, oh, you're a woman, you can't lift a 30-pound, thing of dough that just came out of the mixer. It's not and then there are those who take it to a whole nother level where they're actually asking for sexual favors. There's physical harassment. Example, our employee who had a pen thrown at her head. And there are times where jobs are threatened and promotions are being withheld because of who the person is. So, how can we change this? How can we make it so that employees are constantly wanting to come back to work with a happy attitude, where we're not having employees that have, sad attitudes and really bad attitudes and always not wanting to, be there? I want to share with you an example. So I work for Walmart. Walmart created an anti-discrimination and anti-harassment policy. This policy also performs with a no tolerance and no retaliation policy. The way that they make this work is that there is what they call an open door policy. This open door policy allows for a employee to come to any member of management all the way up to the corporate offices and open door an issue, come to them about an issue that they are facing. One thing that I had to do, there was actually a male employee who I am friends with outside of work, and he is also friends with a sibling of mine, and he overstepped his bounds while we were at work. And unfortunately, a lot of people will be like, oh, well, that's personal versus work. Well, I just recently became friends with him after um, some time after this incident had happened, but I had to go to another management and just talk to them about how I was feeling, and we were able to resolve it in a very civil way where there wasn't job threatening, there wasn't discrimination against because he's male and I'm female. It was a very simple closed door policy where as soon as I opened door to walk through those doors, the doors became closed to anybody else. Nobody else needed to stick their nose in, and there was no retaliation whatsoever. So how does this help you specifically? As a company, how does this help you? First of all, Walmart, since incorporating these policies about 20 years ago, has seen a higher employee holding rate, meaning the rate of them coming in, hiring their employee where they're at, and to them keeping their employee is higher than they've ever seen before. There's a higher satisfaction rate not only amongst employees but amongst customers as well. Customers are more satisfied because they get to know the employees, they get to know who their cashiers are, their employees are, and it makes it so that they want to continue to come back because they know those friendly faces. Higher loyal customers, that's what I was just talking about. So not only a higher satisfaction rate, but a higher loyal customer rate, meaning the more that customers know their employees and their employees are happy, the more that people want to come back. I don't know about you, but I don't want to come back to an environment where I don't have people that I can, talk to, I can laugh with, I can have fun with. I don't want to come back to an environment where people are upset and mopey and not willing to help. Which makes it so that there's so many other things. There's the care of the store, there's the customers, there's satisfaction, there's quality, there's excellence. Everything raises by just simply helping your employees. So I want to share with you something before I go into just a quick summary about what we just talked about and how you can do it. So that employee that had a pen thrown at her head and that had a manager that tried to really discriminate against her, that employee was me. I personally went through that situation where I felt every day that I went to work like my job was being threatened. I felt like I was being discriminated against because I was a woman and I knew a lot of things. I also felt discriminated against because of my age and because I had worked for this company for so long. I didn't open door anything because I couldn't open door it. I didn't go to anybody because I didn't believe that I could. Since working for Walmart, I have found a voice, and I have found that, I don't have to feel like I can be discriminated against. I don't feel like I don't feel like I have to be doing things against my will or taking judgment from people. So, how can your store better help its employees? Anti-discrimination policies, anti-harassment policies. Having those in place gives somebody a comfort factor. Non-retaliation policies and non-tolerance policies, meaning that you don't tolerate even the slightest bit of retaliation, of harassment, of discrimination. And it all equals to a better employee rates and more loyal customers. So this is how it all helps you. Nothing you do to help your employees ever is going to leave you out of the equation. But by doing this, you will be helping your business tenfold.